Thank you very much. You guys look like you're from the cast of the Jersey Shore or some shit. You got that vibe. Yeah, you guys from Jersey?
No.
Yeah.
We live in Jersey.
You live in Jersey?
Well, we're from New York.
Oh, okay. Staten Island?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you look like the guy that I bought pills from. And I'm also horny. I like that. You look like my brother. So I grew up with, my dad's from the Bronx, so hence the octave. And yeah, thank you very much, babe. I don't know, I have a lot to share with you guys. I'm really upset that tomorrow is the last day of the World Cup. I'll be real with you, I really enjoyed these foreskin bastards being in town. I really did. It was a lot of fun. I got really into it. I really enjoyed it. I'm rooting for Spain tomorrow, because thank you. I mean, like, even if you don't even care, but like the Spanish prime minister is fucking hot, okay? And have you seen the Argentinians? I mean, dude, he looks like a Commedia dell'arte clown coming out of a clown car. He can't even wear pants that fits him. He looks like such a fucking, that's my problem with a lot of people. Like, people who are destroying the world right now, they're not good looking, you know? At least be good looking, you know what I mean? Have some style, you know? These dweebs don't have style, dude. Elon, you kidding me? That pasty apartheid nerd, go play with spoons, you fucking, that's who's destroying shit, really? Zuckerberg, really? That tweet? Are you kidding me, dude? I just can't stand these geeks, dude. It's just so weird. And I don't care how you feel. Trump's ugly. I would not blow him. He's great. It's ugly. He's an ugly dude. He's not a pretty. He's ugly. He's been ugly his whole life. That fucking wig of his. Are you out of your mind, dude? There's a reason he had to kidnap bitches. Okay? There's a reason. For real. And same with Elon. I know he's paying bitches to have his kid. I would need 20 mil to blow him, and I would not. For real. And I don't even get. I don't get dick. I know, and I do like penis, by the way. I'm a big penis guy. I do get this softball coach vibe, and it's rough. You know what I mean? You know what it is again? Because I'm an 80s kid. I was born in the 80s and raised in the 90s. 81. I'm a zennial. You don't know what a zennial is? We're the forgotten ones. Okay? There's the millennials, tools, I get it. Then there's zennials. And zennials, we're a small little species of people that remember the pre and post of the interwebs and shit, you know? Like, we had to go into a computer room, you know? Like, we had to go into a room with a bunch of computers. We didn't have, you know? And it wasn't even like we do homework. We'd go into the room to go play a game, like Oregon Trail or some shit, right? And if you don't know what Oregon Trail is, it was the GTA, but with pioneers, right? It was the stupidest game. They gave you a daughter named Sarah with an H every time, and she's gonna die of dysentery, every time. She drinks the wrong water. It's like, we're in Connecticut, Sarah. How are you doing this, bitch? We're not in India. What are you doing? How are you drinking the wrong water? You know? So then, you know, and then she dies. And then they give you an ox. And I'm like, what am I doing with a fucking ox, guy? I don't have a farm. It's gonna drown, you know? So you're there for 5 hours, and you're playing this game, and that's what you did. And it took up time, and then you went and you skipped and you did shit, you know? But now it's like, and I don't blame you kids. This is the thing, too. I want to make this perfectly clear. I like the young youth. I like Alpha. I like you guys. I think you're fucking great. I think you're actually very sweet people. You may be stupid, but you're sweet. You're sweet and you're dumb, and it's not your fault that you're dumb, okay? It's not your fault you're dumb. I fucking, you see the people I'm raised with. There's some fucking, I still have a roommate that thought the Civil War was during the 1920s, right? Yeah, for real. If you're not laughing at that, you also need an education. Yeah, because Abraham Lincoln gave his address on a tank. What are we talking about? There were flappers in the Civil War? I mean, even if you're not into history, you gotta be into design and shit. When you know, real. So it started before you kids. And you kids, you've been raised with this shit the whole time. And it gives you information that you don't need to know. I should not know about clavicular. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, kid. Put a hammer to your face. I don't care. Smoke crack. I don't care. Do you? I don't give a fuck. I don't know why I have to care. I don't know why I have to know about you. You're not interesting at all. You're actually taking a part of my brain I don't want. You know? I want that back. You know? For real. So it's just it's annoying. So, but you kids have that all the time since you're young. So you know shit that you're just whatever, that you can't read and write. And I get it. You know, I get it. Plus, you had COVID for 2 years. You're stuck in your room with your laptop. And what do you have there? All you had was Tiger King meth head. That's all you had. That's who's giving you the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. That was your Sesame Street. You know, a guy with 2 teeth. Okay. So now you're amongst us. You can't look at us. You're anxious as fuck because your parents were anxious as fuck, because the end of the world was happening, and they're like, ah! And they're like, for real, they're dropping their vegetables in tequila, and they're just like Clorox and shit, trying to figure shit out. And they're like, make a mess! And now, you didn't get to go to prom, so you guys are just like fucking a little weird, and I get it. I have empathy. I care about you guys, I just hope, like, you guys missed out on a lot of things. Like, I know the youth, they're not even doing beer pong and shit. Like, what are you doing, kids? Like, there's some fun, like, I'm hearing that they're getting back to the partying stuff, but I heard some shit numbers for a while there that the youth wasn't going out and getting after it, and I got nervous, Like, seriously, like, they weren't drinking. I'm like, in this economy, what are you doing? Get out there, kids, For real, have a good time, man. Seriously, I did a show here last week. This girl turned 21 years old. There's water on the table, and she was with her parents. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what yeah, right? And I'm like, took water? And I'm like, what? She's like, I run marathons. I'm like, what do you mean you run a marathon? If you run a marathon, what is motivating you to run a marathon? You don't run a marathon until you find the love of your life, fucking your best friend in your bed. That's when you run a marathon. You gotta hit rock bottom. You run a marathon when you, just say you wake up at a dollar store parking lot, right? With spaghetti in your mouth and, empty Wendy's wrappers and an empty handle of J-Mo on the floor. Then you're like, I need to rethink my life choices. I should run marathons. So I'm trying to run marathons. And I'm trying to get in shape. I'm losing some weight. I've lost about 30 pounds so far. Thank you. I'll take it. Especially the hot seat. Thank you, buddy. I like it. Come now. Gotta get on the ground floor. My stock's going up. So it is. I appreciate that. I like how people cheer and give me props when I say I'm great. And I like when people say it's Levin, you look like you lost weight. I'm like, thank you. Because for a while there, people were like, I can't tell you that you lost weight because it's not about loving you for your body. No. You pointed out, okay? I waited this my whole fucking life, okay? I want you to be concerned, all right? I want you to be like, are you bulimic? I want you to worry. That's how much of weight I want to lose. I want you to be concerned, okay? Because I never was, thank you, sweetheart. I never, there's some very beautiful, healthy women in here, but I never, those dainty bitches that are always like, those bitches? I never had that vibe. These tits have been sagging since my dad's testicles. I never had that vibe. So, and then, for real, I've always been fat. Oh, I said the F word. Oh, yes, okay? It's my N word. I'm going to use it. Fuck off. So, right? No offense. I'm just saying. It's my F word. Then you get to use that word, and that's an awesome word. And it's a great word. If you guys use it, it's a great word. It's a better word than fat. It really is. It's a great, and that's what you have every right to say it. I can't say it. You can't say it. We can't say it. That's right. So, I'm fat. And then, but, for real. Right. So, I have been trying to work on this for a while, but, and I'm also, I'm trying to work on my femininity thing. I'm trying. So, again, I was raised in an era where women were always afraid to be a victim. They were always oh my god, I need my pamper spread. And my dad didn't he was always preparing me for war. So he raised me to be a man. So I am very I'm always because I said, he's from the Bronx in the 60s, by the way, so the shit was on fire. So he was always Jessica, make sure you fuck them before they fuck you. And I was okay, I rape you first, I do it. So, I just never was just no, don't bother me, the cat calling shit. Remember the cat calling used to happen all the time. I live in the city. It was everywhere, dude. And I got one guy cat called me. And of course he was ugly as shit. I was more insulted that I'm this is what I'm getting? This is what I'm projecting? This is what this guy, I can get this chick to suck my dick behind the dumpster. She needs it. What? I should have been bulimic right there, but no. So I'm whatever, that's why I noticed the ladies, they were always ready with the pepper spray. I was just no, guys, I was always hey, guy, you want to do this? You want to hit this? You want to party? Where you going? Where you going? Let's go! And then they went calling for a cop. So that's why I never cared. I never cared about pepper spray. You always treated if a dude was fucking with you treated like a bear in the woods. You're let's go! You start barking. Yes! And then they're like, holy fuck, I don't want to fuck with that girl, bitch. And they repel, you know? So, you know, don't worry about that shit. They don't want a rabid bitch, you know? So that's my advice for you, you know? But yeah, maybe like very like, you have chest out all the time, kind of, you know? And like also too, like the dick pics, I was at the hype of the dick pic era. Like I really was, it was like the biggest thing happening. All these bitches were getting dick pics. You know what it's like to be in the height of the dick pic era and not be a part of the dick pic era? You feel a little left out, you know? You know, you're like, yeah, you're like Janice in the corner, like, I got another dick pic. I'm like, another? She got another dick pic? Another? If I got a amount of dick pics that these bitches were getting, I'd make a coffee table book out of it. I really would. Seriously, or I'd change them like their baseball cards like the gays do. It's like, I don't, you a dick pic right now. I'd be like, look at this one, it's weird. It's got a different color. Like, it doesn't like, I never got affected that way. So I have a hard time, like, you know. So with that, I'm very single, and I never, you know, don't say it that way, it's fine. I never got bitches that got married young. If you did, good for you. I didn't want to get stuck. I was like, yeah, I just want it, for real. Because I fall hard. I will take the gun of the cannolis. Like, I'm a mafioso's wife. I really will. I fall really hard. So I just never wanted to get, so I never really dated either. I never got the point of it. I hated, I thought I'd find my best friend. You know what I mean? I'd be like, we're fucking around, you keep on fucking with the cheerleaders, you get bored with them, and then you're like, I need a cool bitch. No, you married the cheerleader, so now I gotta wait for you to get divorced. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the round of divorces to happen, and then, you know, hopefully I can find the love of my life. Because I see a lot of you women, like, a lot of you women, you look gorgeous. Like, you look beautiful. Like, really, you guys look, you came out, like, your tits are out, you look great. You know what I mean? You look great. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't wear this shit like that. I can't be confident in that stuff. I don't get, like, on first dates, too, why do bitches go, so you overdress right then and there? Like, on the first date, you're giving them way too much. You guys are all getting plucked and prude and fucking whatever the hell, you know, spending money that you don't have to buy shit. And he's just like, yeah, this will do. And you know what I think? And you're spending all this money on this shit. You know? That's why it's like, I think the first date should be like across the corner, like in a major highway, like Times Square, and you're up there, and you look at each other and you're like, huh? Yeah, and then you walk, you know what I mean? You don't even know each other's name. It's like, these attraction's the main thing. Let's just be real. You know? And this digital image shit, I think it's finally going away, because I never got it. You know, I need to smell your ass. I can't, you know? For real. Anyway. So, yeah. So now I'm like, I'm 45. I know black don't crack. I'm doing good. And I don't, you're a good sport. I never wanted kids, and it's not because I don't like kids. I love kids, they're great. I don't like the adults. And I can't, I'll get into a fight at a PTA meeting. I would get arrested, because these parents, I don't know how parents do it. I really don't, and I give a lot of parents credit. I just don't want to be involved in this shit, and especially with like, I don't know, the AI shit, and all these dweebs. It's just, the real nerdery bothers me, I'll be honest with you. It's just the nerdery. We let them get away too much. We need to bring back a little bullying, just a fucking, you know what I mean? Yes, a little bullying, a little stuff in the lockers. You know what I mean? Just to remind them, we have to fix the trophic level. You know what I mean? They've been overrunning with salmon. So it's like, but you know, for real, and they're not fun. These ones are not fun. They have no style. They don't buy drugs. You know, like, for real. They're not like, dropping their helicopters in their pools. You know, they're not doing any wild shit. You know, the only thing they've invented too is like the stupid Cybertruck, which I'm sorry, that is an ugly car. That is just an ugly car. I just don't like it with multiple things. Why you gotta reinvent the handle? Like, what are we doing here, people? And it looks like a can of tuna, like you're gonna cover your hand on it. And then every dweeb that drives that thing is either Asian or a nerd. And it's just like, for real, you know, that's either or. And it's like, if you're Asian, I get it, but if you're a dork and you're like, yeah, man, but it's bulletproof. It's like, bro, you work at Deloitte. No one's talking. You're fucking reading like stoicism. You're like, whoa, Marcus Aurelius. Like, what are you talking? Bro, you're not Caesar, okay? You go, you drive down and you go to your little cubicle and you and then you go home and you watch Love Island and you're like, oh, drink a beer and jerk off and go to bed. What are you talking about? For real. You got one? You fucking loser. You fucking dweeb. You can laugh at yourself. That's great, though. Yeah, that's great. You Rogan fucking nerd. I take some peptides, you know, do some mushrooms. You're really, right? You guys are killing it in life, by the way. I don't know about drinking wine and say fucking. If I were you your age, I'd do heroin. Fuck.
So yeah, I'm working on the feminine thing, and it's just
It's hard. It's just a hard thing to do. It comes to bitches so easily, man. It's just really crazy. There's certain things too. I think it's crazy now, like you can gamble so much now. I miss the old, like, you know what it is? I just think the democratization of everything is not cool. You know, like gambling, it used to be a little like, you know, there was like a, you know, blue collar thing, you know? You had a guy that had a book, and you had to know that guy, you know? It wasn't like everyone got to go on an app. You know, now I've got ESPN getting involved. I got Mickey Mouse pulling levers. Oh, cherries! Why are you here? Gambling should not have an HR department. That doesn't match. It doesn't make sense. Like, I had a godfather, God bless him. His name was Ralphie, okay? And Ralphie loved to put in a ceiling fan, a deck, and put +10 against the Jets on a Sunday. He was one-stop shop guy. And he liked doing it, you know? He liked doing it. It was this thing, you know? And it kept the quality control like a lot. Because now all these dweebs, you got Caleb, they're on their app, going, yo, should I bet that Taylor Swift's gonna wear a yellow sweater? Have a cheesecake? Or should I bet that we're gonna bomb this school? Like, you know what I mean? You're bombing like for real. You're betting on everything now. So it's like, you know, there's no repercussions, because what's the worst that's gonna happen to you? An overdraft fee? None of them are gonna know what it's like. If the Jets didn't cover by 10, you're getting Ralphie coming to your house to break your fucking legs. You know, and that helped. That helped, you know? Everyone's too free now to do that kind of shit. It's weird. It's so weird, you know? Like, and it used to be a lot more cooler. Like buying drugs, like buying weed, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that weed's legal. That's great. But it used to, like, again, you used to have to do some recon. You had to get in there. You know, you had to go undercover. You had to meet a guy, you know? Yeah, you had to be that, you know, you had to be that cool bitch that met that guy, you know? And then, you know, you had to go meet Diamond at, like, Harlem at 3 a.m., right? And you had to go all the way up there, and you had to, you know, back then you had to bring a map. You know, you don't know. For real, you gotta stop at ATM, you gotta get cash. You don't take anything else, right? You gotta think, maybe it's colder up there. Maybe I need a jacket. Will it rain? You don't know how long you're gonna be there for. And then you go up there and you're waiting, you're like, man, and you're way up there, you're like, I gotta get this bag. Because all of your friends are waiting for the bag. You're the fucking hooker. There's no one else that's gonna get the bag. You have to get it. And you got that one bitch friend that's like, you're not gonna get it. You're like, yeah, you ready, bitch? You ready, bitch? I'm gonna get this bag. And you're waiting on the corner, and then the Crown Vic pulls up, and you don't know if it's time to be that Crown Vic. You don't know. You might get killed, but that's part of the fun. You might get killed. That's part of the danger. That's part of like, ooh, this is bad. And does he have a gun? And you get in there and you're hanging out, you're drinking a 40 and feel like fucking listening to 90s hip hop, and this is the shit. And you didn't get to choose the bag. You got seats and stems. That was the fucking bag you got. Alright? But then when you got that bag and you showed up at that party being like, I got the bag! Fuck you, Meredith! You're like, yeah! And everyone's getting high. It was the best. That was the thrill. Now everyone is a fucking botanist. They go on their phone like, oh, do you have a little sativa element? I can't do blueberry. I'll get loaded. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's geeks. It's just like, you know, it's just, you know, just taking away the fun of it all. Listen, near-death experience, that's what makes it fun. You know? That's why private people drink and drive. You know what I mean? It's just fun. It's just fun. I'm going to be going to schools and doing a reverse dare program, so if you hire me, I'll